connected by covenant to a force that guarantees blessing. And that is why, whether the devil likes it or not, your generation shall be blessed.
There's something unique inside of you, and wherever you go, just know that God did not create a nonsense in you.
The will of God cannot take you where the grace of God cannot sustain you.
This season that we have entered, as we prepare for what is about to come, there are graces, there are anointings that God will be releasing into the earth again. I'm talking of radical tonal anointings.
You do not lie, you do not fail. What is hard for you to...
When you see me dance, I dance like a winner man.
When you see me dance, I dance like a winner man.
Oh, when you see me dance, I dance like
This is not your first iPhone.
Your children, before we ask for the wisdom, we ask for the understanding spirit. Let it rest upon these ones in Jesus' name. Give them grace to be able to answer the question correctly in Jesus' name. Thank you, God, for all our officials. Thank you because you will help them in Jesus' name. We give you all the glory, our Father. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. This is the 5th edition of this Bible quiz for our teenagers. And this between ages 13 to 19. From ages 13 to 19, no, they are going to be participating in this quiz. So we have all our centers represented this afternoon. But to anchor this program for us, we have Minister Nneka. Can we put your hands together for her? Minister Nneka, can we have you please? Can you please appreciate her as she comes to the front? Thank you, woman of God.
Praise the Lord. I want to appreciate the organizers of this event for the privilege to serve. And for this year's Teens Bible Quiz competition, we have some persons who are going to be serving as well in different capacities. And that is before we call up the participants. We are going to be introducing the judges, the quiz master, the timer, and the people who are going to be helping us with recording the scores. So, as I introduce them, I would like you to please clap as they take their positions. The judges are going to be in the persons of Pastor Mrs. Joyce Okbaleye. Please clap. Okay. We just have one judge, Pastor Mrs. Okbaleye. You're welcome, ma. Then the quiz master is Pastor Christopher Emmanuel. He has taken his position. Please clap. Thank you. Then the recorders are Sister Nneka Achinivu, Pastor Tony Ihire. Okay, you're welcome, sir. Now the timekeeper is going to be Pastor Olaolu. Oh my God, today I know his name. I'm supposed to know his name, you know, but Pastor Olaolu, after now I'll be calling your name. Okay, you're welcome. Pastor Kemi Bamidele and Pastor Chizoba Banjo put all this together. Thank you, mamas. God bless you. All right, at this time, we're going to be meeting the most important persons for this occasion. And they are the participants. Please clap for them. I'm sure they have studied, they have read, they have prepared, and they are ready for us. If you are ready, please let me have a wave of hand. Yes, I can see the one that is the highest. Okay. All right. The first participant is from Faith House, Mbako Goodness. Please come up. Come up, please, quickly. God's Time, Praise God is from Faith House. Please, let's clap. That is why we have an audience. Let's make them feel encouraged and loved. Okay. Lighthouse, we have Grace Johnson and Dubem Chidike Isaac. Please clap for them. Thank you. From Vision House, we have Onehi Isinyere and Joshua Juga. All right. From Grace House, we have David Banjo and Precious Mwabunike. A loud clap. The Leaders House, we have Tobiloba Bamidele and Deborah Bamidele. You're welcome. From Wisdom House, we have Olamide Lanrewaju. Liberty House, Emmanuel Edet and Blessing Nyesomono. You're welcome. Come. This one is for you. You can start from there. Okay. Potter's House, we have Ekene Ogini and Chukwebuka Nnacheta. Chukwebuka Nnacheta. All right. Now I am going to face you, the contestants, and talk to you before I give you the guidelines for this competition. There's something I want you to know because I need you to calm down. Everybody wants to win, right? I know how it feels to be on the hot seat. So I want you to calm down and have it at the back of your mind that from this competition, one person must be the first. We can't have two people. I'm sure you want to be the first, but it is just one person that is going to win. So I want you to relax. Okay? This is not the ticket to heaven. If you are a child of God, whether you win or you don't win, you will still go to heaven. Is that okay? Yes. So begin to calm down. Take a deep breath. Because you need to listen to the guidelines. You need to listen to the rules. That's where the competition starts from. So that you don't get disqualified. Okay? All right. Now you're going to listen. I'm still facing you because I am talking to you. You are going to listen to the guidelines so you play by the rule, okay? This competition shall be in 2 stages. The first one is the elimination stage, and the second is the final stage, where the winners are going to be emerging from. Now, the elimination stage shall be in these categories. Round 1, which is comprised of the multiple choice questions. Round 2, the general Bible questions. And round 3, fill in the blank and open-ended questions. Okay? Round 1 is going to be consisting of multiple choice questions. Round 2, true or false. Round 3, general Bible questions. And questions will be taken from the books of Exodus. I'm sure you are prepared and you read from the NLT version, right? Okay. The book of Revelation and the Bible for general knowledge questions. So we're just going to ask questions randomly. Now listen for the rules of engagement. 10 points shall be given for each correct answer during the 4 rounds of the first stage of the competition. Each participant shall be required to answer each question within 30 seconds. So you have to think, comport yourselves, and make up your mind and answer quickly, okay? So you don't dwell on answering it for too long. The quiz master shall read out the questions chosen by the participant twice. So you are going to be choosing which number you are going to be answering. Participants are to listen carefully as questions will not be repeated after the second time. So when you hear the question the second time, it won't be repeated, okay? So you have to listen. The 30 seconds required for answering each question commences as soon as the quiz master is done reading the question for the second time. So once the quiz master is done reading, the second time, your 30 seconds will start. Is that clear? Is there any part of the rule you didn't get? Okay, very clear, right? Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Now, you're going to have bonus questions or points. Bonus questions or points are not allowed. Participants are not allowed to consult with anyone during the competition. If time is up when the participant is answering, if the time is up and you've started answering, you'll be allowed to finish that answer, okay? But if you have not started answering, then you can't answer anymore. Only the first response will be recognized. So if you change your mind, it won't count again. That's why I said you have to think first before you start your answer. Because once you give it and you change it, it won't count. The second one won't count. Okay. The contestants are to speak in clear, well-modulated voice. So please don't stutter. Try as much as you can to put your thoughts together before you start answering. A participant who answers a question not meant for him or her shall be disqualified immediately. So that you know it doesn't mean you should say it. You might mutter it and it is heard. So don't even say anything, okay? Just be quiet, even if you know it. Now, during the competition, the audience should maintain silence. Please, let's help them to win. Maintain silence. Don't call out answers. Okay? Any attempt to help the participant through signs or any other means will invite a penalty of loss of 5 marks to the participant involved. Electronic devices are not allowed during this competition. So I want to ask, do you have your phone with you? If you have your phone, please bring it out now and take it down to the audience and give it to someone you trust. Please. Thank you. Yeah, you have just few, let's say 1 minute to do that. Okay. You can go drop them there. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, in the case of any tie, extra questions shall be given to break the tie. The decisions of the judges are final. The total prize money, okay, you are going to get to know that after the competition, so it doesn't add to the stress. All right. So, now I talked about 2 stages, the elimination and the final. Only the best 6 will proceed to the final. So we're going to be picking the best 6 participants from this stage, okay? And then the 6 will get to the final. And each participant in that final stage will have to answer 3 questions in each round. All right. At this point, I believe that the participants are ready and they have all the rules. So I have a segment here that says handing over of the question. Should we proceed with that? Okay, thank you. So, I would like to invite Pastor Mark, Pastor Chris, who prepared the questions, to officially hand over the questions to the team of organizers for this event. Please, Pastor Chris, thank you for making out time to compile the questions. Thank you, sir. Please, a round of applause. He brought it sealed all the way from Port Harcourt. And nobody saw the questions until they got here. So we want you to be rest assured that they were not doctored, okay? Everything is intact. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Chris. All right, now I'm going to hand over to the quiz master who reads out the questions. All right, thank you, sir. All right, the participants, the quiz master is going to tell us the numbers to pick from. So you need to listen so that you pick appropriately. Contestant 1, please approach the microphone.
Okay, thank you very much, Minister Nneka. All of the contestants, you have to choose, in this segment, the objective multiple choice questions. You have between 1 and 60. So you're choosing from number 1 to number 60. Any of those numbers between 1 and 60 is okay. So you can start.
I'm in Bako Goodness from Faith House, number 10.
Number 10. Number 10, the book of Revelation consists of a series of visions received by its writer, John, while on the island of Patmos. It was written for Christians facing a challenging situation. Which of these famous speeches come closest to sharing the same setting?
Sir, please, I don't really understand the question. I don't get the question.
The book of Revelation consists of a series of visions received by its writer, John, while on the island of Patmos. It was written for Christians facing a challenging situation. Which of these famous speeches comes closest to sharing the same setting? Now listen, there are objectives, so you choose. Garnet Pastoral's Oscar's acceptance speech, that's A. Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg address, C. Winston Churchill's We Will Fight on the Beaches speech, and D. Richard Nixon's resignation speech.
Sir, the options again.
A. Gwyneth Paltrow's Oscar's acceptance speech. B. Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg address. C. Winston Churchill, We Will Fight on the Beaches speech. And D. Richard Nixon resignation speech.
D. That's true.
You said?
My answer is D.
The correct answer is C. Winston Churchill, We Will Fight on the Beaches speech. So that's wrong.
Number 2.
50. 50.
50.
50. 50. 50.
There's a phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 50. Which of these sevenfold items does not trigger a plague or some kind of destruction in Revelation? Which of these sevenfold items does not trigger a plague or some kind of destruction in Revelation? A. The pouring out of 7 bowls. B, the opening of 7 seals. C, the swimming of 7 swans. And D, the sounding of 7 trumpets. I'll repeat, which of these 7-fold items does not trigger a plague or some kind of destruction in the book of Revelation? A, the pouring out of 7 bowls. B, the opening of 7 seals. C, the swimming of 7 swans. And D, the sounding of 7 trumpets.
C.
C, the swimming of 7 swans is correct.
Number 3.
Question 2.
Question 2. Question 2. Name the treasures. Are you timing? Question 2. Question 2. Name the treasure cities of Pharaoh. Name the treasure cities of Pharaoh. A, Goshen and Midian. B, Pithom and Ramses. C, Jordan and Bethel. D, none of them. Name the treasure cities of Pharaoh. A, Goshen and Midian. B, Pithom and Ramses. C, Jordan and Bethel. D, none of them.
B, Pithom and Ramses.
B, Pithom and Ramses, that's correct.
Number 8.
Number 8. In the New Living Translation of the Holy Bible, what is the first word in the book of Revelation? In the New Living Translation of the Holy Bible, what is the first word in the book of Revelation? A, they. B, this. C, we. D, this.
V.
Now let me spell them so that...
T-H-E-V.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, the book of Revelation, the.
That's wrong. The correct answer is B, this. This.
T-H-I-S.
T-H-I-S.
Okay.
This.
Number 7.
Number 7. Which of these is the main character of Exodus? Which of these is the main character of Exodus? A, Moses. B, Paul. C, Daniel. D, Joshua.
A, Moses.
A, Moses is correct.
Number 5.
Number 5. Who is traditionally credited with being the author of the book of Revelation? Who is traditionally credited with being the author of the book of Revelation? A, Philip the Apostle. B, Titus the Apostle. C, Paul the Apostle. D, John the Apostle.
D.
D, John the Apostle is correct.
Number 15.
Number 15. All of the 7 churches received criticism except 2. All of the 7 churches received criticism except 2. And what are they? A, Sardis and Philadelphia. B, Smyrna and Philadelphia. C, Sardis and Laodicea. D, Ephesus and Thyatira.
B, Smyrna and Philadelphia.
A, Smyrna and Philadelphia is correct. No, sorry. The correct answer is A. Is Smyrna? I think the mistake is from me. The mistake is from me. The answer is B. You said B. What answer did you choose? Senior and Philadelphia. Was that what you said? Was that what you said? Okay, that's correct. B, that's correct.
Okay. Question 30.
13.
Yeah. 30, sorry.
30. Question 30. Paul wrote one of his New Testament letters to one of the churches mentioned in this chapter. Which one? A. Sardis. B. Ephesus. C. Philadelphia. D. Pergamum.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is wrong. The correct answer is Ephesus.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number
Taken.
3.
Number
3.
Number 3. Number 3. John wrote the book of Revelation when he remained on a certain island. Where did he have that fantastic vision of the end times? John wrote the book of Revelation when he remained on a certain island. Where did he have that fantastic vision of the end time? A. Patmos. B. Patrons. C. Patan. D. Pateronomos.
A. Patmos.
A. Patmos is correct.
Number 1.
Number 1. Which of this event is not depicted in the book of Exodus? Which of this event is not depicted in the book of Exodus? A. Israelites are forced into slavery. B. Daniel in the lion's den. C. Moses slay an Egyptian overseer. And D. God gives Moses the 10 Commandments.
B. Daniel's in the lion's den.
B. Daniel in the lion's den is correct.
Number 19.
Number 19. Number 19. The second seal involves a horse of what color? That is in Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. The second seal involves a horse of what color? A, red. B, blue. C, white. D, green.
A. Red.
A, red is correct.
Question 7.
Question 7. It has been taken, yes?
45.
45. Question 45. Which church is remembered in either their text? Sorry, let me repeat. Which church is remembered in their text as having left their first love? That's in the book of Revelation. Which church is remembered as having left their first love? A. Smyrna. B. Ephesus. C. Laodicea. And D. Philadelphia.
B. Ephesus.
B. Ephesus is correct.
Number 4.
Number 4. In chapter 12 of Revelation, what was the great and wondrous sign which appeared in heaven clothed with the sun, with the moon under our feet, and a crown of 12 stars on our head? In chapter 12 of Revelation, what was the great and wondrous sign which appeared in heaven clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. The options are A woman, B, the beast out of the earth, C, an enormous red dragon, and D, Babylon the Great.
A woman.
A woman is correct. Please, let's jam our hands together for them.
Number one.
Number?
One.
Huh?
Number one. 9.
Number 9. To which church did the Son of Man say, "Yet you have a few people who have not soiled their clothes"? To which church did the Son of Man say, "Yet you have a few people who have not soiled their clothes"? A, Ephesus, B, Smyrna, C, Sardis, and D, Laodicea.
B, Smyrna.
B, Smyrna is wrong. The correct answer is Sardis.
Please give them a round of applause. This is the end of the first round. We are moving to the second round now, but I would like to ask that the contestants please speak out very clearly. Some of you are muttering, and that is not nice. Please speak out loud because it's being recorded, okay? All right, thank you. So round 2 now. Hold on. All right, contestant 1, please.
Number 25.
Number 25. Number 25. Even with one group of judgments, the descriptions are sometimes very similar. The 5th and the 6th trumpet judgments both describe a plague transmitted by terrifying creatures, but they differ in one major aspect, which is, I repeat the question, even within one group of judgment, the descriptions are sometimes very similar. The 5th and the 6th trumpet judgment both describe a plague transmitted by terrifying creatures, but they differ in one major aspect, which is A, the presence or absence of smoke, B, the plague's method of transmission, C, the plague's lethality, and D, the physical description of the scriptures.
The options.
The presence, A, the presence or absence of smoke, B, the plague's method of transmission, C, the plague's lethality, and D, the physical descriptions of the creatures.
B.
B is wrong. The correct answer is the plague's lethality.
$51.
Question 51. Much of Exodus concerns the construction of the tabernacle and also the specifications for the garment of the high priest. He wore a turban and attached it to the front of it as a golden plate engraved with which words? He wore a turban and attached to the front of it as a golden plate, was a golden plate engraved with which words? A, for all of Israel. B, have mercy on us. C, in God we trust. D, holy to the Lord.
Repeat the options.
A, for all of Israel. B, have mercy on us. C, in God we trust. D, holy to the Lord.
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question?
Much of Exodus concerns the construction of the tabernacle and also the specifications for the garment of the high priest. He wore a turban, and attached to the front of it was a golden plate engraved with which words?
Time up.
Number 15. 20. 20.
Number 20. And there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hauled down upon the earth. And there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hauled down upon the earth. A, is it the sixth seal? B, the third bowl? C, the second trumpet? Or D, the first trumpet?
Could you come again?
And there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hauled down upon the earth. Is it A, the sixth seal? B, the third bowl? C, the second trumpet? And D, the first trumpet?
C.
C, the second trumpet, is wrong. The correct answer is D, the first trumpet.
Question 14. Question 14.
Question 14. To start off with, what is the color of the first horseman horse? To start off with, what is the color of the first horseman horse? A, white. B, black. C, purple. And D, red.
White.
White is correct.
Number 21.
Number 21. Which of the following was not one of Jacob's son? Which of the following was not one of Jacob's son? A, Joseph. B, Seth. C, Gad. D, Levi.
The options again.
A, Joseph. B, Seth. C, Gad. And D, Levi.
B, Seth.
B, Levi is wrong. The correct answer.
B,
sorry, B is correct. Seth. B is correct. B is correct. I'm sorry about that. B is correct.
11.
Seth.
11.
Number 10. 11. The Israelite people entered this nation with favored status, but later became its slaves. What nation does the book of Exodus say held the Israelites in captivity? What nation does the book of Exodus say held the Israelites in captivity? A, Babylon. B, Kuwait. C, Arab. D, Egypt. A, Babylon. B, Kuwait. C, Arab. And D, Egypt.
D.
D, Egypt is correct.
Number 29.
Number 29. Chapter 2 and 3 of Revelation tells us what John is to write unto the 7 churches. 2 of these churches are not rebuked by the Lord. Which ones are they? Which ones are they that we were not rebuked by the Lord? A, Laodicea and Smyrna. B, Ephesus and Sardis. C, Smyrna and Philadelphia. D, Pergamos and Thyatira.
C, Smyrna and Philadelphia.
Can you please pick another question? It's repeated.
That was the question.
30.
Okay, that question is repeated. 30 is taken.
42.
42. Moses was heavily burdened by enormous task of mediating the dispute between the children of Israel, who advised Moses to delegate authority on lesser matters to handpick men of integrity. A, Jethro. B, Aaron. C, Joshua. D, Paul.
Jethro.
Jethro is correct.
Question 25. Okay. 21 then.
I think 21 is taken. You have 24, 26, 23, 28, 31.
31 then.
31. 31. Who did God choose to be the one who would deliver the Israelites from slavery? A, Zipporah. B, Joshua. C, Aaron. And D, Moses.
D, Moses.
D, Moses is correct.
17.
Number 17. When Moses was born in Egypt, the Pharaoh had demanded that all newborn sons of Hebrews were to be killed. When Moses was 3 months old and could no longer be hidden, Moses' mother saved Moses from this terrible fate by A, dropping him off at the palace. B, placing him in the wilderness as God's will. C, sailing with him out of Egypt. D, putting him in a basket and floating him down a river.
D.
D is correct.
Number 4.
Is taken.
18.
Number 18. Which judgment is the worldwide earthquake? Which judgment is the worldwide earthquake? Can be gotten from Revelation chapter 6, verse 12 to 14. A, seal 4. B, seal 5. C, seal 6. And D, seal 7.
Can you repeat the options?
A, seal 4. B, seal 5. C, seal 6. And D, seal 7.
D, seal 7.
D, seal 7 is wrong. The correct answer is C, seal 6.
Number 26.
Number 26. Numerically speaking, where does Exodus fall in the Old Testament? A, first. B, second. C, third. And D, fourth.
Second, B.
Second is correct, B.
Question 31.
31 is taken. You have 27, 28, 24, 23.
23.
23. In chapter 12 of Revelation, What was the next sign which appeared in heaven, whose tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth? In chapter 12 of Revelation, what was the next sign which appeared in heaven, whose tail swept a third of the star out of the sky and flung them to the earth? A, an enormous red dragon. B, aliens. C, Nephilim. And D, the serpent of abomination.
Sorry, the options again.
A, an enormous red dragon. B, aliens. C, Nephilim. And D, the serpent of abomination.
A, an enormous red dragon.
An enormous red dragon, A is correct.
Number 24.
Number 24. Jesus addressed letters to churches and synagogues in various cities in Revelation chapter 2 and 3. Which of the following was not one of them? A, Pittsburgh. B, Bethlehem. C, Philadelphia. And D, Scranton. A, Pittsburgh. B, Bethlehem. C, Philadelphia. And D, Scranton. Sorry.
Please read the question again.
Number 24. Jesus addressed letters to churches and synagogues in various cities in Revelation chapter 2 and 3. Which of the following was not one of them? A, Pittsburgh. B, Bethlehem. C, Philadelphia. And D, Scranton.
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem is not correct. The correct answer is Philadelphia. There's a problem with that question. Yeah, she can.
I think the question is rather which of them is, not which of them is not. That's why I said read it.
Okay, you can choose another question, please.
34.
A third of the sun was struck, a third of the moon, and a third of the star. So that third of them turned dark. Which of these is the correct option? Is it A, the fifth seal, B, the fourth bowl, C, the second bowl, or D, the fourth trumpet? A third of the sun was struck, a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them turned dark. Is it A, the fifth seal, B, the fourth bowl, C, the second bowl, and D, the fourth trumpet?
The fourth trumpet.
The fourth trumpet is correct.
28.
Number 28. Numerical symbolism is very evident in Revelation. Which of these numbers is a recurring motive through the book? A, 11, B, 5, C, 7, and D, 8.
C7.
C7 is correct.
Number 52.
Number 52. When the Lord told Aaron and Moses to take a few handfuls of ashes from a furnace, Moses shall throw them into the air in front of the king. Which of the following plagues will be the result of this action? When the Lord told Moses and Aaron to take a few handfuls of ashes from a furnace, Moses shall throw them into the air in front of the king. Which of the following plagues will be the result of this action? A, frogs, B, locusts, C, hail, and D, boils.
The options again.
A, frogs, B, locusts, C, hail, and D, boils.
Locust.
Locust is wrong. The correct answer is boils. Number 60. Which of these creatures is not an embodiment of evil in Revelation? Which of these creatures is not an embodiment of evil in Revelation? A dragon, B, a woman named Babylon, C, a six-winged ox covered with eyes, D, a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Which of these creatures is not an embodiment of evil in Revelation? A dragon, B, a woman named Babylon, C, a six-winged ox covered with eyes, and D, a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. C is correct. A six-winged ox covered with eyes.
55.
55. Which church had this commendation in their text? That thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. Which church had this commendation in their text? That thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. A, Sardis, B, Ephesus, C, Smyrna, and D, Thyatira.
Could you come again, please?
A, Sardis, B, Ephesus, C, Smyrna, and D, Thyatira.
Sardis.
Sardis is wrong. The correct answer is Ephesus.
Question 28. Taken.
You have 43, 44, 46, 47.
47.
47. Okay. The Pharaoh decided to let the Israelites go, but then refused to do so again. Then the Lord sends down a third plague. What is it according to the... It should be the new... What is this according to the New Living Translation? A, frogs, B, snakes, C, lice, and D, hailstones.
So, sir, the question is just asking for the third plague, right?
Yes, the third plague.
Lice.
Lice is correct.
47.
47 is taken. You have 46, 48, 49.
46.
46. Where did Moses receive the 10 commandments? Where did Moses receive the 10 commandments? A, Mount Sinai, B, Mount Moriah, C, Mount Horeb, and C, Mount Elias.
A, Mount Sinai.
A, Mount Sinai is correct.
48.
48. What is the first trumpet? What is the first trumpet? A, blood thrown to the earth. B, all green grass burned. C, all of these. D, hail and fire thrown down to the earth. What is the first trumpet? A, blood thrown to the earth. B, all green grass burnt. C, all of these. And D, hail and fire thrown to the earth.
C.
C, all of this is correct.
Number 50.
Number 50 is taken. You have 49, 54, 57, 58, 56.
54.
54. John is then invited into the throne room of heaven to be shown a sequence of future events. He sees a scroll in which this information is recorded that can only be opened by somebody sufficiently worthy. Which animal opened the scroll and its seals? Which animal opened the scroll and its seals? A, an eaglet. B, a lion. C, a lamb. And D, a puppy.
C, a lamb.
C, a lamb is correct.
Question 56, please.
56. Darkness connotes which plague? A, the sixth plague. B, the eighth plague. D, the ninth plague. Darkness connotes which plague? A, the sixth plague. B, the eighth plague. C, the ninth plague. And D, the seventh plague.
The ninth plague.
The ninth plague is correct.
Number 47.
(47) is taken. You have 49.
49.
49. An ugly and painful sore broke out on the people who had the mark of the beast and worship his image. What is this? Is it A, the second seal, B, the fourth bowl, C, the third trumpet, or D, the first bowl?
First bowl.
The first bowl is correct.
Question 11.
Taking, you have 12, 13, 16.
13.
13. Pharaoh and his magicians didn't heed the first two plagues against Egypt brought by God through Moses and Aaron. After the plague of blood and frog, what was the third plague inflicted upon Egypt? What was the third plague inflicted upon Egypt? A, lice. B, frogs. C, blood. D, killing of firstborn sons.
A, lice.
A, lice is wrong. The correct answer is B, frogs.
Number 12.
Number 12 is taken. You have number 13.
Number 13.
They want to protest.
I think we have a problem with that question, please. Probably it will be repeated.
Yes. Exodus chapter 8, verse 13 and 16. She said her answer. Yes. Exodus 8, 13, 16. The answer is there.
The Lord did according to the word of said that you couldn't understand that there's a problem with that question.
What did the judge say?
No, that's what it is.
Oh, I thought that was what you meant to ask. Let's check it. She said she's complaining about her answer or something.
And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the flock died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. 14. And they gathered them together.
Question, please.
13.
13.
They've not actually resolved it. Probably you ask that question again and the answer so that they are certain that it is correct. They're not.
Yeah, for the one that just.
Yes.
left.
That's question.
Repeat
what
that
was
question.
Question what?
Number
Do you remember
12.
the number?
13 also.
13.
13
Okay.
also.
Number 12. Pharaoh is 12.
No, for.
I think it's
We are talking about for Deborah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it's 12 she picked. Pharaoh and his magician didn't heed the first two plagues against Egypt brought by God through Moses and Aaron. After the plague of blood and frogs, that's it. What was the
That's
third?
not the question.
That was it.
That's the question. Okay.
That's the question.
Frogs is lies. I
Go
think
ahead.
She should take another question. There's a problem with this question. She should take another question. There's a problem with the question.
Question 12.
Question
12.
Let me read the 13. Which church received this warning in their text? Which church received this warning in their text? I know thy works and charity and service and faith and thy patience and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. A. Sardis, B. Thyatira, C. Pergamos, and D. Ephesus.
Can you repeat the options, please?
A. Sardis, B. Thyatira, C. Pergamos, and D. Ephesus.
D. Ephesus.
The correct answer is Thyatira B.
$56.
You have 57, 58, 59.
57.
57. At what time did Moses say the Lord will kill the firstborn sons? A. Midday. B. Midnight. C. Morning. D. Midframe.
Midnight.
Midnight is correct.
$47.
47. $47 is taken.
Sorry, your questions left.
You have 58, 59,
58.
58. And his kingdom was plunged into darkness. Men gnawed their tongues in agony and cursed the God of heaven. What event is this? A, is it the sixth bowl? B, the fifth trumpet? C, the sixth trumpet? Or D, the fifth bowl?
Please repeat the options.
I should repeat?
The options.
The options. A, sixth bowl. B, fifth trumpet. C, sixth trumpet. And D, fifth bowl.
D.
D, fifth bowl is correct.
$59.
59. Which archangel will lead the battle against Satan according to the book of Revelation? Which archangel will lead the battle against Satan according to the book of Revelation? A, Gaspar. B, Gabriel. C, Michael. D, Raphael.
C, Michael.
C, Michael is correct.
Question 16.
Question 16. How old was Moses when his mother put him in the Nile to be found by Pharaoh's daughter?
3
How
months.
old was Moses when his mother put him in the Nile to be found by Pharaoh's daughter? A, 5 months. B, 3 months. C, 1 month. D, 4 months.
3 months.
3 months. B is correct.
Thank you, contestants. But before you get to the final leg of this round, I would like to make this announcement that the leaders of WACF, you know yourselves, from all campuses to meet with the Director of Youth Affairs at the Teenage Church, 2nd floor, the back part of it, immediately. Please go now. Thank you.
Okay, a further announcement also for the contestants. Because of time, this next round, we are not going to be having 3 questions. We are going to be doing 2 each. So just take note of that. 2 questions each for the next round. Thank you.
All right. At this round, we are going to be answering 2 questions. You have general Bible questions. I'm right? Okay. General Bible questions. So get ready. We're starting from contestant 1 again. Please approach the microphone.
So you can choose from 1 to 60. Question 1 to 60.
Question 22.
Question 22. What was Jacob's eldest son called?
Reuben.
What was Jacob's eldest son called?
Reuben.
Reuben, that's correct.
41.
41. What was Priscilla's husband called? What was Priscilla's husband called?
Time up.
The correct answer is Aquila. Number 41.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Which 2 birds did Noah send out of the ark as messengers?
He sent a dove and is it a dove and a raven?
Is that your answer?
Okay. A dove and a quail. So,
Is a dove and a raven your final answer?
no. A dove and a dove and a raven. A dove and a raven.
A dove and a raven is correct.
Question 7.
Question 7. How many people were saved on the ark? Noah's ark.
I don't know.
The answer is 8.
Number 14.
Number 14. For which type of tree was Lebanon well known? For which type of tree was Lebanon well known?
Fig tree.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. Yes.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
The correct answer is cedar tree, not fig tree.
Number 10.
Number 10. What is quoted in John chapter 14 and verse 6?
John chapter 14.
And verse 6.
John chapter 14 and verse 6. I don't know.
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Number 15.
Number 15. How did Stephen die?
He was stoned to death.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's correct.
Number 8.
Number 8. Who had a coat of camel's hair and ate locusts and wild honey? Who had a coat of camel's hair and ate locusts and wild honey?
Oh God, I've forgotten. I'm so sorry.
The correct answer is John the Baptist.
Number 5.
Number 5. Which towns were destroyed by fire and brimstone? Which towns were destroyed by fire and brimstone?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah is correct.
Number 10.
Number 10 is taken.
Number 7.
Number 7 is taken.
Number 6.
Number 6. Name 3 of Jesus' disciples whose name begin with J.
James, Judah, and John.
Correct.
Number 1.
Number
1.
Number 1. Who said, how long will you waver between two opinions? Who said, how long will you waver between two opinions?
John and Peter.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The correct answer is Elijah on Mount Carmel.
I don't think that's the only person that said, how long will you waver? Maybe you would have made it a bit more. Okay. Can you give the person another question, please?
Okay. Choose another question.
Number 3.
Number 3. Who said, I myself and my house will serve the Lord?
Job.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's wrong. The correct answer is Joshua.
Question 17.
Number 17. Which biblical book tells us of David and Goliath? David and Goliath. Which biblical book tells us of David and Goliath?
The book of Samuel.
The book of Samuel has 2 books, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, so you need to be sure.
Second Samuel.
2 Samuel is wrong, it's 1 Samuel.
Number 4.
Number 4. Which commander had leprosy? Which commander had leprosy?
Naaman.
Naaman, that's correct.
Number 5.
Number 5 is taken.
11.
Number 11. Which type of animal did Balaam ride? Which type of animal did Balaam ride?
A donkey.
A donkey is correct.
Number 15.
Number 15 is taken. Yeah, take
19. Number 19.
Where did the jailer find his feet? Where did the jailer find his feet?
So, do you mean like his legs?
His feet. His feet.
Okay, his feet.
Feet. F-A-I-T-H.
The jailer. He found his feet in when Paul and Silas.
The place.
Okay, the place. In the
Time
prison.
Philippi is the correct answer.
42.
42. Name 3 sons of David.
Solomon. Solomon, Rehoboam, Solomon, Ammon, and
Time up.
He mentioned.
That many. We got 2.
He got Solomon. What did he say? Solomon and what? Amnon. He got 2. So what do you?
So what do we?
And Jeroboam. So he failed 1.
We
So what
give
do
him
we do?
2/3 of the answer.
Or half?
10. No, it's more than half.
Okay.
At least a 7. 7.5.
Number 30.
Number 30. Which king had a sundial? Which king had a sundial?
King David.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Hezekiah is the correct answer. Had a sundial. Sundial. S-U-N-D-I-A-L. Sundial. Oh, you thought son died. Okay, so she can pick another question. She should pick another question. So you have plenty of questions. Oh, you thought his son died. Oh, my pronunciation.
Question 42. 42.
Number 42 is taken.
50.
Who said, Philistines rule over you? Who said, the Philistines rule over you?
Is it King David?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The correct answer is Delilah to Samson.
Question 14.
Question 14 is taken.
28.
28. Who made the golden calf and the bronze snake? Who made the golden calf and the bronze snake?
Aaron. Right? Aaron? Yeah, Aaron.
Is that your final answer?
Technically. I mean, yeah, he did help to build the calf. So.
There are two names attached to that answer. Who made the golden calf and the bronze snake? Aaron and who?
Aaron and the people, his people. I know Aaron was there.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The correct answer is Aaron and Moses.
Okay.
5 marks, okay.
21.
What? 21. What's this question? Okay. 21. Which book reports on the missionary travels of Paul? Which books report on the missionary travel of Paul? Which book reports on the missionary travels of Paul?
Acts. Acts.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's correct. The Act of Apostles.
15.
15 is taken.
16.
16. Where was Jesus taken prisoner? Where was Jesus taken prisoner?
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane is correct.
30.
Number 30 is taken.
35.
35. Which Roman was in charge of cultivation in Syria at the time of Jesus' birth? Which Roman was in charge of cultivation in Syria at the time of Jesus' birth?
Herod.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's wrong. Cyrenius. Cyrenius.
So, question 26.
26. Which illness did Mephibosheth suffer from? Which illness did Mephibosheth suffer from?
I have no idea.
The correct answer is that he was lame.
$12.
What type of tree did Zachariah climb? What type of tree did Zachariah climb?
Sycamore tree.
Is that your final answer? Zacchaeus. Sorry.
Oh.
Zacchaeus.
Oh, Zacchaeus.
Yes.
Sycamore.
What I have here is mulberry fig tree. Let me cover. Sycamore.
Is mulberry. We've always known sycamore. The girl got it. Give her 10 mark. I beg.
Okay, give her a mark, please. Hey.
27.
27.
7.
27. What came first? Elias' ascension or Elijah's ascension or Enoch's rapture? What came first in these two events? Is it Elijah's ascension or Enoch's rapture? The rapture of Enoch or the ascension of Elijah?
I think the rapture of Enoch.
Enoch's rapture is correct.
I'm 26.
26 is taken.
26. 30. 32.
32.
2.
What was Hans' father called? What was Hans' father called? Hans, the spelling is Harn. Are you checking?
Time up.
The correct answer is Noah. I'm coming.
Can you read the question again?
What was
Ham's father.
Yes.
Ham's father. He pronounced it wrong.
Okay,
You spelled it wrong. Okay, let him take another number.
Okay. I just did one.
Because Ham's father is Noah. What?
28. 16. 8. 29.
Name 3 women in the Bible whose names begin with R.
Ruth. 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 Right. Ruth. Rose.
Time up. Time up.
Ruth, Rebecca, and Rachel.
He got just one out of them.
He got one out
so
of
we're
the
going to 3.5. No.
Question 20.
What were the 2 sons of Zebedee? What were the 2 sons of Zebedee called?
James and John.
Number 24.
What happened first? Jesus christening or the feeding of the 5,000? What happened first? Jesus christening or the naming of Jesus or the feeding of the 5,000?
The naming of Jesus.
That's 37. What were the names of Abraham's brothers? What were the names of Abraham's brothers?
I don't know.
Nahor and Haran. What?
Round, but I want to ask how many questions in this round, please?
No, we need to compute. Is this the elimination over? It's still on.
Okay, because of time.
The next round is the 6 people going forward. So we want to compute their marks and let you know, so we know who is going forward.
You've been saved the trouble of filling the gaps, right? Yeah, some of you feel relieved, but that's fine. Let's see how far we've gone. Okay, don't worry. Winning is so sweet. But one thing that you should know is that the process is more important than the end. You have developed some skills while trying to get yourself ready. Okay, and habits of mind. Persisting. Striving for accuracy. Yes, because if you didn't read through and focus on the details, you can't get to this point. So, you have gained a lot. So, all of you are winners. Okay? Yes.
How many participants are going to the next level?
6, ma'am.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, that is perfect. For the 6 participants, we have them score from 40 to 50. So I call number 1 is Blessing. Yes,
You move to this
yes,
side, please.
Number
2. The color of the 4th horseman's horse is not pale. The color of the 4th horse, let me just make it sure, horse is not pale. True or false?
False.
False, that's correct.
$15. Yes.
There's a problem with the question. Choose another question.
12.
12. What's happening? Okay, sure. Number 12. Revelation chapter 7 and verse 16. The New Living Translation states that the time will be hunger, taste, T-H-I-S-T, heat, and dash. Revelation chapter 7. Sorry, let me read the question again. Choose another question. There's a problem with that question. Number 10. Is it? Maybe you just help me pick up the 2 of us question now because. Can you choose another question? What number did she choose?
4.
7.
What number did she just choose? There's a problem with that question. The one that doesn't have 3 or 4, I don't know.
We have number 7, 5. Number 5.
We have number 7. We have number 12. We have number. So you need to note them. I repeat, number 7. Still having a problem.
So can you make a choice?
Yes.
I've said a number.
Number
12.
No, that's 12.
You mentioned it as part of the numbers.
we're given power over how 1/4 of the earth.
Over what, please?
True or false? There's a problem with that question.
I didn't hear the question properly.
There's a problem. Please choose another question.
7.
Number 7. Christians look most forward to at the end of days is the millennium. The time Christians look most forward to at the end of days is the millennium. True or false?
False.
The correct answer is true. So somebody. So you can choose from 18, 19. No, 19 has been. Okay. 18, 19, 20 by various means which are mentioned. There's a problem with these things.
What are the options we have left in true or false?
Yes. Can we just leave it? Because there are
You can
problems
read
with
those
it.
ones, at least 3 more of them, so the 3 of them can take theirs.
1 at least. 1. So what are the numbers that are there?
We have number 18.
No, number 18 is faulted.
19. We have 23.
So that we can use the last one to do open-ended, like we did the last one.
Call the numbers.
Okay, we have 19,
23, 26, 23, 26, 30.
26.
The head is 676. True or false? Number 30 and 26. Okay, we just read it. Number 30. Let me see. 30, 32.
He said 30.
He said 30. Okay. Jesus promised to those who overcome in the church of Laodiceans that they will sit with Christ on his throne. True or false?
True.
True, that's correct.
23.
Which numbers do you have?
23, I think.
What number did you say? 23?
23, yes.
23. In Revelation chapter 3 and verse 12, the 3 things Please choose another question. There's a problem with it.
What are the remaining options? You read 2 earlier.
33 and 34.
33.
Thirty. 33. Okay, 33. Immediately after John follows Jesus' instruction and addresses the church in Revelation chapter 1 to chapter 3, he sees something next. In chapter 4, verse 1, what he notices is a door opening on earth. True or false?
False.
The correct answer is false. You got it, yes.
At this stage, I think if we go another 6 questions again, I don't know, I'm suggesting that we do that
something else.
general knowledge.
Yes, the
so it
general
will be
knowledge
fast.
is better.
We got true or false is modeled up.
Yes. The general
So
knowledge.
please give them the remaining options so they can do it quickly. This is the last stage.
From number 51, the general knowledge from number 51 to 100.
Okay, contestant 13.
$54.
54. What is written in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 20? I think so.
Time up.
We are therefore Christ's ambassadors. Blah, 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 blah.
53.
Which names were Daniel and his 3 friends given in Babylon?
Sorry, no idea.
Next person, please.
55.
55. What does Jehu Shammah mean? Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 35. She said nothing.
Time up.
God himself.
$60.
60. Can you choose another question?
65.
65. Who said, his blood comes over us and our children? Who said, his blood comes over us and our children?
Jesus.
Is that your final answer?
Time up.
Yes.
That's wrong. The people at the release of Barabbas.
$59.
59. What was shown on the high priest's head? That question itself.
Please, I didn't get it.
Choose another question. Complete.
70.
70. Who were the 3 sons of Adam and Eve?
I didn't get it.
Who were the 3 sons of Adam and Eve?
Cain, Abel, and Seth.
That's correct.
77.
77. What is the 4th commandment? What is the 4th commandment?
You shall honor your father and mother.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's wrong. Observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy.
Okay, at the end of this round, we are going to have tiebreakers. We have 60 points as Blessing Yesomonu and James Friday 60. And we have 50, the rest of them are 50s. So we have to first have for James Friday and Yesomonu Blessing, let them take a question each, so we determine who is first. Anyone who comes down becomes second. Then the 50 groups we do to become third.
$64.
64. Which books come before and after Daniel? Which books come before and after Daniel?
Ezekiel and Hosea.
That's correct.
$71.
71. How many plagues did God send in the land of Egypt?
10.
10, that's correct.
Go again. Blessing, go first.
74.
74. What did the woman pour on Jesus' feet at the home of Simon the leper? What did the woman pour on Jesus' feet at the home of Simon the leper?
An oil.
You said?
Oil.
Is that your final answer?
Time up.
Yes.
It's a jar of oil. So we give a jar of perfume.
It's oil.
Oil.
That's it. That's it. It's the oil she poured. She didn't pour the jar. She poured what was inside.
Okay. The oil, not the jar.
80.
Number 80. What does Jesus say is the second greatest commandment?
I didn't get it.
What does Jesus say is the second greatest commandment?
Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
It's correct. These ones. These hard ones.
84.
Okay, the both of you just choose between.
Can you check the fill in the gaps?
That's what I want to check now.
Yeah, please. From there.
Fill in the gaps. Okay, you can choose between number 1 to 50.
Number 4.
Number 12.
4.
4. Okay. According to Exodus chapter 1, what happened when the Egyptian slaves masters oppressed the Israelites? According to Exodus chapter 1, what happened when the Egyptian slaves masters oppressed the Israelites?
Is there options, please?
No.
No, but in filling the gaps, I was thinking you would read a statement dash, so she will fill in that. Because it is not looking like filling the gaps. She doesn't understand it.
Okay. Let me give her. The more they were oppressed, the more they dash.
The more they grew in strength.
That's correct. If we give them like this, they will get everything. If you want difficult question.
20.
Number
20.
Number
20.
20. I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth. Why were the 4 winds forbidden to blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree? Because the righteous were dashed.
Killed.
What did you say?
They were killed.
Killed. Is that your final answer?
Yes. Yes.
They were sealed. S-E-A-L-E-D.
What's the question that is sealed?
I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 wings of the earth. Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. Why were the 4 wings forbidden to blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree? Because the righteous were dashed.
Okay. And he didn't get it, right?
He said kill. The answer is sealed.
Okay. Let's clap for him. There was a little thing with what she said. She said it grew, if she had ended it there, is perfect. She said grew in strength, which is they grew in number. But I want to take it that way because of time. We are giving her, okay, we are saying maybe we give her 5 points. Half. She's still ahead. So she is first and he is second. Let's do third position. Let's do it quick for them.
Which ones are we doing?
So this round, if you don't get your answer right, that means you step down.
You step down
step
immediately.
down.
Yeah, then we'll go around again.
The multiple choice faster. Which one are we using? Multiple choice. Yes. Yes.
Okay, multiple choice, we have 61 to 120.
You can still use the fill in the gaps so that, but those questions are not well said. So what is the next one? Multiple choice. Go ahead.
From 61 to 120. So
You have 15 seconds.
63.
63. As the seals are open, John sees various troubles inflicted upon the earth. Which of these is not among them? A, plague. B, earthquake. C, man-eating plants. D, war.
C, man-eating plants.
That's correct.
65.
65. What is the number of the judgment which gives the sun the power to scorch people with fire? Revelation 16, verse 8 to 9. A, the second trumpet. B, the third bowl. C, the fourth bowl. D, the fifth trumpet.
Fourth bowl.
The fourth bowl is correct.
$60.
61, from 61.
61.
What is the specific name of the land God promised to the Israelites? A, Canaan. B, Naaman. C, Leman. D, Egypt.
Canaan.
Canaan is correct.
77.
The dragon from the sky, Revelation chapter 12 and verse 3. The beast from the sea, Revelation chapter 13, 4 and 5. And the one reading by the great prostitute Babylon, Revelation 17, verse 3, share very similar features. Which of these features is, however, clearly different from them? A, their evil and ungodly nature. B, the number of heads. C, the numbers of crowns worn. And D, the number of horns.
Repeat the question.
The dragon from the sky, Revelation chapter 12 and verse 3. The beast from the sea, Revelation chapter 13, verse 4 and 5. And the one reading by the great prostitute Babylon, Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3, share very similar features. Which of these features is, however, clearly different from them? A, the evil and ungodly nature. B, the number of heads. C, the number of crowns worn. D, the number of horns.
Number of horns.
That's wrong. The correct answer is the number of crowns worn.
Onahi, thank you. Congratulations.
Taking time. Okay.
Question 65.
Multiple choice. General Bible. Okay. Question
65.
65.
$68.
68 is still there.
Where did Paul leave his coat? C-O-A-T. Where did Paul leave his coat? C-O-A-T, coat.
You didn't give options?
General Bible.
Oh, it's not multiple choice.
General Bible.
Time up.
In trust.
Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you.
$75.
75. Which disciple denied Jesus 3 times?
Peter.
That's correct.
$80.
80 is taken.
$82.
82. What is the shortest book in the Bible?
2 John.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
3 John. That's wrong.
Okay, can we put our hands together better? Thank you,
He has a
David.
problem with it.
We have the first, second, third now.
It's 3 John. Let me call.
Okay, please let's put our hands together for one more time for them.
It's 3 John.
Thank you, David. God bless you. Let's clap for our contestants, all of them. Again, they did well.
I'm trying to confirm.
Most of us can just sit down and murmur the answers, but if we were there, maybe we wouldn't know. Can we have them? Can you come forward now?
It's 3 John.
So from the results before us, starting from the 3rd position, please put your hands together for Toby Loba Bamidele. Are we clapping? Okay, and 2nd position, let's clap for James Friday. And the 1st position with 85 goes to Blessing Yesomonu. Woo! Hallelujah. On a lighter note, this time around, the women, we pitied the men. We have one person. Can we put our hands together for them again? They are the champions this year. Thank you very much. I think they will get your presentations later. You will get them later. God bless you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you.